What is up, YouTube? Zan Rahman. In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about why flexible dieting works. Okay, and not a nutritionist or a dietitian. This is just what I think and what I know. So believe whatever you want. All right. So those who have watched any of my previous videos or are subscribed to my channel, you would know that I'm an advocate of flexible dieting. Okay, and I think it is probably the best way to eat, and it is very sustainable for most people. And I've done a video earlier talking about what flexible dieting is and why I think it is the best way to eat and the most sustainable way to eat. So if you want, you can check that video out so you have a better idea about that. I'll add it to the end screen to this video. So those who like to know the concept of flexible dieting and what it is, will go over it in very basic terms. So basically, nothing is off the table as long as you're within your calorie intake. Okay, so you can consume whatever you want. All right, sugar, gluten, dairy, carbs, fats. Okay, there's nothing that's off your diet, off the menu, as long as you're eating within your calorie intake limitations. Okay, and so in this video, I want to go more into an explanation about why flexible dieting works and why it is a foolproof way of eating. Okay, so Layne Norton, I think he's amazing. Okay, he has a great physique, obviously, and he's very knowledgeable. He has studies memorized on the tip of his tongues, and I just think he's very knowledgeable and has a great way of explaining things and breaking it down for normal people. So he likes to use this analogy a lot, where he would compare your diet or your calorie intake to a budget. Okay, so I think it's a great way to explain this to normal people because everyone can relate to money as a quantity. Okay, so if you think of your calorie intake as a budget, then there's a certain amount of calories that you have that you can spend in your day. Okay, like a budget that you have to spend on something, okay, whatever that is. And then it doesn't really matter where these calories or where this budget comes from, okay. And there's a caveat in there that as long as your protein intake is constant, okay, because carbs and fats, they cannot serve the same purpose that protein serves in your body. Okay, they do not by themselves promote muscle hypertrophy and growth and repair. So that's what you need the protein for. So as long as you keep your protein constant, it doesn't matter where the other energy sources, where the other calories come from. Okay, now of course, once again, not going into scenarios considering extreme athletes, okay, powerlifters and bodybuilders, where if you're preparing for a show, then you would need to eat a certain way, a certain amount of carbs and fats for your glycogen and to lose water and whatever. So those are not the scenarios that I'm talking about. I'm just talking about normal people who are not competitive athletes and are just trying to eat in a consistent way and lead an active lifestyle and eat in the best way that they can. Okay, so like I said, as long as your protein is constant, it doesn't matter where the other calories come from. And what I am trying to say is that it wouldn't really change your body composition as long as you're not inconsistent with the amount of calories that you have, depending on whatever your goals are. Okay, so if you're supposed to be in a calorie deficit, then it doesn't matter as long as your protein is constant, where you're getting in the remainder of your calories from. And if it's from sweet or pizza, as long as you're not going over your determined calorie intake, it would not have a change on your body composition, okay, which is uh, the composition of fat and muscle in your body. Okay, that wouldn't really change as long as your protein is constant and you're within your calorie intake. And as the principle of flexible dieting goes, there's nothing really that's off the table as long as you're eating the number of calories that are determined for you. And where your calories come from, okay, if it comes from processed foods, sugar, gluten, dairy, and all this stuff, it would have an effect on your digestive system essentially, and how this food is processed in your body. Okay, it might cause more inflammation or stress on your digestive system as compared to relatively cleaner food sources like maybe potatoes or clean proteins, rice, organic, clean foods. But again, this won't really have an effect on your body composition, okay, which is the composition of muscle and fat that you have. So that would be constant as long as you're not going over your calorie intake if you're supposed to be in a deficit. And once more, the protein needs to be constant. Okay, so it's something that a lot of athletes do. Okay, Layne Norton himself is a big advocate of flexible dieting, and it works for a lot of people. A lot of people find it sustainable, and it may not work for some people because they might feel like they need to be on a more strict plan and not allow a lot of flexibility into your diet. But then again, if you're not really crazy about that stuff, and if you can eat in a balanced way and eat the things you like, and not eat more than you need to of a particular food and overall calories, then flexible dieting can be a great way for you to eat. And like I said, I think it's very sustainable because you don't really get a lot of cravings. You don't feel like you are missing out on a lot of foods, and you can have the things you like and still be consistent with the way you eat. So one last time, as long as your protein is constant, and you're eating within your calorie intake, your diet won't have an effect on your body composition. And you can eat flexibly this way and keep progressing with your goals. And of course, you will need to keep training hard to give your body the stimulus that it needs to change. So we'll end this video at that. I hope you got some good information from it. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments. Like and share the video if you like it. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Give me a follow on Instagram. My handle is Radio Protector. The link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.